Hello again, friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy, and I'm glad you decided to join me for this Life as a Right Hemiplegic video. If you are new to my channel, this is the videos where I generally share a activity with you and how I would perform that just using my left hand for everyday activities, but I could not figure out a fun activity to show you guys, so I'm going to be sharing with you 4 things that I wish I could do but I cannot perform because of my disability. I'm just going to be talking about them. Things may get heated, they may not. So let's just jump right into this. And if you are new to my channel, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, a right hemiplegic is a person like me and what that means is that I had a stroke at the age of 6 months due to a DPT shot. I had a reaction to it, and the reaction resulted in my right side being paralyzed. So I have no functional use of my right hand and arm, and so I just do everyday tasks with my left hand. The first thing, and so, anyway, so that is a little bit about me. The first thing that I would like to share with you is I cannot tie a bow when I wear an apron. So, like when you wear a apron to cook, or if you have a art or paint smock, I cannot, go behind my back and tie a knot into a bow. Now, if their strings are long enough, it is true, I can tie it up front, a bow up front, but I cannot tie it in a bow from the back. And that really sucks sometimes. And all these things are just simple, mundane things that most everybody that doesn't have a physical disability kind of can take for granted, and you don't even think about these activities. Just keep that in mind as well. It would be so great to tie bows behind my back, especially to like with dresses, and if they have a sash. I usually don't go for those types of things because I can't tie a bow behind my back. And I have my husband and family members I can always ask, but it's a very independence thing. You want to live your best life with or without a person. If you're want a relationship. So like if you don't and you want to wear it, you got to figure out how to accomplish that. Like I said, it's such a mundane thing to not even think about being able to do, but this may sound super silly, but it looks so cool. People just don't even think about it. Oh, you don't know how much I wish I could do it. Like I said, I can, when the strings are long enough on aprons and whatnot, I do make a bow and up front and no problem. But it would be so great just to do it behind my back. Oh, it sounds so silly saying it out loud, but it's true. The second thing I would like to share with you is fixing my hair in a high ponytail and a bun, just a sloppy bun. I can put my hair in a hair tie, and hair ties, that's fine, but because of my disability and only with the one hand, I can only do low ponytails, which I generally don't care, but sometimes it would be great to just have a nice high ponytail. Now also, my hair is really thick, so because it's thick, it's also heavy. So to accomplish a high ponytail, I do ask my husband to put it in for me, but it would be so great just to put a high ponytail in. And again, that sounds so silly and mundane, but when that ability is taken away, you don't realize how a simple pleasure it is. And I don't mean like pleasure, but just how everybody takes it for advantage when they have the use of two hands. Also, doing a sloppy bun. I love an updo bun. Um, how I accomplish a bun in my hair, well, as close as I can get to a bun in my hair, is I have to put in generally one hair tie as close to the back of my head as possible, and then depending on if I have straight or curly hair, I put one in and then another one, so that's 3 hair ties, and then I just put it back in a clip to hold it. But it would be so great just to do a sloppy bun. It looks so fast and easy and cute, and I know, especially as a girl, how or as a woman, how every day, don't even think about it, it is to put your hair in a bun and get on with your day. And not having that ability to do such a simple, easy task is, there are days I just want to cry. And I know that sounds stupid, but I love a bun updo, and I know that I will never be able to accomplish that. I won't. Um, that's just something that is not in my wheelhouse. It takes 2 hands. Like, it is not realistic for me. And as a woman, it kind of just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart that I can't do it. Um, Another hairstyle that breaks my heart that I can't do is braiding my hair. I would absolutely love to be able to braid hair. But again, braiding hair is a two-handed activity. Um, and I know most women and girls have somebody else braid their hair. Like, I understand that. I have got my hair braided multiple times, all that. But I have long hair, so I feel like that would be such a cool thing to be able to do. Plus, there's a lot of different hairstyles out there for braids and whatnot, and I just think that would be what an opportunity lost due to my disability. Um, Number 3 on my list is buying only one pair of shoes and like heels or any type of footwear. How great would that be? The reason that I cannot do this is due to the fact that I have um, 2 different size feet. My left foot is like an 8.5, 9, depending on the type of shoe. Sometimes 8, again, kind of depends with the shoe, but and then my left can be a 5 to a 5.5 to a 6, again, depending on the style of shoe. Is it high heels? Um, is it boots? Is it tennis shoes, flip flops, that kind of thing? Um, Shoes can be expensive, again, depending on the type. Um, and I have to buy 2 sets of shoes for everything. So that can add up to that. That's quite expensive. So I wear my shoes out till basically the sole is absolutely worn out, and you know there are little holes in my shoes and whatnot, because they are expensive, and I don't want to buy just shoes for a one-time wear, basically, and like, well, that was fun, and not use them again. Also, I feel like that's a waste of money. Um, but it must be so wonderful to only have one pair of shoes. Um, tennis shoes. You can have different ones. I'm not saying, again, you can only have one set of, you know, sneakers or tennis shoes. You can have, or like only one pair. I have multiple pairs of high heels, and um, yeah, I have brown boots. I have black boots, like knee-high black boots. So I have different ones because, depending on the occasion or whatnot, you do need other shoes. Also, same thing like with sandals and walking sandals, where they have more of a sole, and dressier sandals. Um, I have a pair of that. So it's same thing with cowboy boots. They, shoes and boots and all the footwear accessories add up, and it must be so, so nice. And I know that, again, this is something that I will never be able to overcome or get over. I will always have to buy two pairs of shoes unless the Lord, heals me, and he can heal me at any time. I believe that. Um, but thus far, that is how my life is, and I have to always buy two pairs of shoes. So the next time you're out and about buying a pair of shoes, be thankful that your feet are probably the same size. And I know, like, it's not unheard of for regular people that don't have disability to have two kind of different size feet, but generally you can either get away with wearing one pair of shoes or just like go up one size or not, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that that's like the craziest thing, but um my size of feet are so different in size wise that it does make a difference, and it is so frustrating to buy shoes sometimes. um and the last thing that I would like to talk to you about is kind of another mundane, everyday activity, is holding a fork and knife in two hands, and like cutting a steak, for example, or a baked potato. Um, Now, I do have a one-handed knife that I use, but I cannot hold the fork in my hand at the same time, and it's like a rocking type knife, so I have to put my fork down but it would be so nice. It must be, again, it is, I don't mean to get emotional, and most of the time, doesn't phase me, whatever. I get on with life. I feel people with disabilities have tough skin because we have to deal with so much. We're told no so much. We're told we can't do stuff. And a lot of things we can overcome and whatnot, but there are some things that are just not accomplishable. Um, and using a knife and a fork in both hands must be so wonderful. Um, and at home, amongst family and friends, doesn't matter. Everybody knows, loves me, can help me out. That's not the point. It must be so great. You don't know it until you have to go to a nice, like, sit down restaurant and have your potential husband, significant other, however that looks like for you, cut like your steak and stuff. It's a little embarrassing, and I feel, I hate asking him for help. I know he does it wonderfully. It doesn't bother him. It normally doesn't bother me. I don't really care. But there are days that I just wish I could do it. It's such a simple task, everyday task. You don't even think about it. But for someone that doesn't have that ability, sometimes it hits me in the core, and it's so frustrating. And again, it's an activity that I know I will never accomplish in my life. I just cannot hold a knife in here or a fork, and I can't cut with my left hand. I mean, I can with a regular knife and hold with the fork. It's just I cannot do it. It just doesn't work. I don't have the strength. My hand won't. The utensil will slip from the grip of my hand. Um, and that, people don't think about those things. They don't, you know, we either get watered down versions of people helping people with disabilities, and like, oh, like we either get treated like a baby, or we overcome and don't complain. We try to go with the flow. That people don't realize what a gift it is. And I know that sounds so stupid to say that, like, or like overdo it with like it's a blessing to be able to, no, it is that stuff, but it, to have that independence, until that ability is taken away or not even given to you, and you have to rely on someone else, it's one of the most humbling things to do. And I am happy that I have a wonderful, supportive, caring husband that doesn't even think twice to cut my meat. And again, I'm not saying, I know if I asked my sister-in-law if I was in need of my meat being cut, she would be able to cut my meat. Same thing with my mother-in-law. Like, and I know if my family members are there to help me, I can ask. I wouldn't feel weird, but it's just having that a simple independence that's you're not even given the chance to do it. It sometimes just cuts me to the core, and there are days I just want to cry and be miserable in it, but that's not how I was raised. So I've got to be a big girl and, you know, put, you know, put my big girl, undies on, and, you know, not push the emotions down, but it, the tasks that I mentioned are so simple and people don't even think about it. And so I just want everybody to think about something that is easy for you to do with two hands, and try doing that task with only your left hand. And that is what I have to do every day. So that is all the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. These are one of my favorite videos to make for you guys. I didn't mean to get emotional. I feel stupid for being emotional over the things I talked about. And also, ending this, I want to say I am very, very lucky that I do have the ability to think for myself. I do have the ability to speak, to live independently with my husband. That I have functional use of my brain, has functional use. I can make, decisions. I can, there are so many others that don't have as, I don't want to say strong, but as severe disabilities that I am, that can't live independent lives, that can't do a lot of the things. I don't want this video to seem like, well, she can, woe is me. There are so many things I am so happy that I can do as a disabled person, but there are so many things that I will not ever be able to accomplish as a left-handed person. And sometimes that just really sucks. Okay, there are days where I get angry at the world because of that, and it's not the best. It's not a good quality, but there are days I get super frustrated. There are days where I get angry because of my disability that I can't do it. I get down on myself for it, and I have to overcome those. And I have a loving husband and wonderful family on both sides. that care for me, and I know I can vent to any of them. But just be, for everybody watching, just be thankful and happy that, you know, you can wake up and do your hair in a bun, or um, by wearing one pair of shoes and tie those apron strings with a bow, you know, and um, I don't like grudge, or I don't have a chip on my shoulder the people that can do that. Well, I mean, that's just wasted energy. But um, just don't take simple things for granted. Because for someone that doesn't have that ability to do the stuff, it, you don't know what you're missing. It's so, not you don't know what you're missing, but there's a lot of headaches that go into doing this, and generally I have a good attitude. I try, but trust me, there are days I want to break down and cry, and I often do, because of it. Again, I don't let it define me, but there are rough days. um, so anyway, be happy that you do have two working hands and are be able to do all that fun stuff. Sorry, I don't mean to be a downer, but this is how my life really is sometimes. So that being said, let me thank you all so much for watching. Sorry. If you like this video, please give it a big like, subscribe, share with friends and family. If you guys have any ideas for videos that you would like me to see do a task for, or show you guys how I do, please let me know down in the comments. I've done lots of other fun, exciting videos of how I, again, just do easy day tasks, taking out the trash, making the bed, how I wash my hair, how I put on makeup, all that fun stuff. So if you want to see other ones, go watch all those videos. I will be doing some more fun videos for you. I'll be doing a 4th of July video, as you can see in the background. Let me just bring it up closer. I've got 4th of July theme background with baseball. And I'll be doing more decorations. I'll be putting up more decorations, 4th of July decorations, so stay tuned for all that. I've got my book video. I've got a fun collection video for you guys, so stay tuned for all that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye for now, everyone.